Hello, thank you for the invitation for the conference's Policies for Better Lives. This is an idea that I'm working currently about the cultural activities participation, the social cultural activities participation, and the well-being. This actually has to do with how and what determines or what drives the participation in social cultural activities, and this is what I'm looking for is about the role of this participation on the migrants' well-being. And we do different generations, like first generation, second generation, with both parents are immigrants, and the child or the adolescent was born in the host country. Or we have the 2.5 generation immigrants, where at least one of the parents is native, the other parent is a migrant, but the child is born in the host country. So it's about, I think that culture can be a perspective that is about a feeling of belonging, inclusion, social inclusion, and it's important to see how this culture or social culture participation can impact different domains of well-being, including the psychological well-being, the mental well-being, life satisfaction, happiness, where there's a huge literature, for example, in how music or composing music or listening to music and or participating in or performing even in art or performing in theater can influence and affect the well-being, even including from children until the old age. So it's an important thing that we can explore this cultural participation in different aspects and different operations, which can be active, like just participation, active, like you practice or you perform arts, and the passive, when you just attend a cultural event, like attendance to pop concert, musical concert, classical music performance, or theater, or just the sportsman's. And we have the highbrow, the lowbrow, where we have the usually attendance to cinema or practicing just sports or playing billiards maybe, or it can be like a lowbrow activity and highbrow activity when we have more, let's say, cultural belonging, like the social, high social class. But I think is the point that it's a huge culture capital that it was explored in the sociology literature, but the point is that there is still many things to do to explore. There is some evidence that this one paper we're working on, the EU Blue Card, was established in 2012 in the European Union countries, but it was implemented with different ways. And that's why it says shows that maybe there was different efficiency or different effect on, or the effect varies by country to country. But the thing is that including maybe the immigrants, these problems about the non-EU immigrants, how they can be participate more in social cultural activities, which has to do with integration and not assimilation. So it's something that we don't need to erase or delete or forget the culture or of the origin country of the migrant, but the integration, where we need actually to help to them migrants to integrate in the whole society. And this has a positive effect on culture, on the well-being, and from the children until the old age people, and especially the old age people with window or can be and just alone. And the COVID-19 was actually had a huge impact because we shut down all the venue-based sectors like theater and even sports, when you go to the pub to share with other people your enjoyment. And this has a huge impact on the cultural well-being. But the thing is that the policy, that what we can do in the case when we have many similar pandemic, but also we need to investigate more and to propose policies, the programs and migration policy programs, because here is for migrants. Of course, we can generalize for any kind of group people, but for migrants, especially those, the newcomers, the first generation migrants, how this migration policy, instead of paying attention only on labor integration, which of course is the most important, how orientation or cultural courses that they introduce, they engage, and they teach the migrants the custom and the let's say the cultural and social values of the host economy, how they can affect, how they can make them engaged, social inclusion, they promote social inclusion, and how they can affect their well-being. That's all. Thank you very much for listening.